Hello and welcome to Ratchet to Ravishing, Never Chase Clients Again. This is a webinar by the Temptress Academy. I am Miss Ruby, one of the co-founders of the Temptress Club, and I'm here with Melissa, the owner and founder of the Temptress Academy and Temptress Club. And we're here to give a in-depth overview of her proven formula that took her from below the poverty line to the successful, accomplished legal tantra goddess that she is today. We're going to go through step by step her proven formula for success, and we're just going to learn a little bit about some of the questions that I have been dying to ask. I think she has an extraordinary life story. I think you guys are going to benefit from it tremendously, and let's just dive right in. So I'm here with Melissa. Say hi.
Hi, Miss Ruby.
And I just wanted to, first of all, backtrack a little bit and go tell us a little bit about yourself, learn who you are, where you come from. I think that's really important so that people can see how you got from point A to point B, and that if you can do it, anyone can.
I am a single mom and of 3 boys, and I was starting out as a regular licensed massage therapist. I have been for the past 19 years. And I work for many different chiropractors. I work for day spas. I've pretty much done every aspect of massage therapy, from deep tissue to in-call, out-call.
So your background was very much, the mundane, regular, just your average everyday massage therapist.
Just the average. I knew I was good. But yes, I was just one of many, many, many wonderful massage therapists out there.
And just to clarify, you are not a trust fund baby. How much help did you have while all of this was happening? Like you had the 3 boys to support and yourself to support. How much help did you have while you were putting all this together?
Definitely no help at all.
So you learned all of this on your own. You went through all of this by almost a trial by fire. It wasn't something that somebody sat you down and held your hand and walked you through what you needed to know. You learned all of the things you know today that make you the successful entrepreneur that you are today. You learned that all on your own.
I was introduced to this when I was on an out call, and I ran into a client who was happened to be Russian. And at the end of the textbook, I guess you could say, Swedish style massage with drapes, table, oil, music, candle, the whole thing on an out call. He said, Melissa, he said, I think you would be good at something called Nuru or Tantra. And he briefly gave me like an overview of what it was. To be honest with you, I really did not think that I was going to be able to do it. I said, thank you, but it's just not going to be for me.
And look at you now. Look at your successful.
Yes, exactly.
Completely legal, very well renowned, very well known. 4 years later, you transformed from the girl next door that was, like you said, one in a million providers to the temptress that you are today, the professional temptress. And I think what's really important to stress is that the business principles and the approach to your lifestyle and your business that you have learned, that you've really refined and honed over the last few years, is applicable to a really wide variety of types of industries and businesses. And for anybody who's an alternative relaxation, who wants to get into alternative relaxation methods, it's not just for Tantra.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. This is going to be something that is going to help women, men, transsexuals, escorts, strippers, anyone in what you would consider the adult industry. Mm-hmm. What your niche is, how to find it, and be the best that you can possibly be. And that's what I did for me. I said, okay, well, I've been doing regular massage for so long, and what else is there?
Absolutely. This is the formula that we're about to get into is really going to help people take whatever type of business approach that they've been taking, take it really to the next level. And as it says, ratchet to ravishing, never chase clients again. But before that, I'd like to backtrack a little bit. I really want to dive into more about a little bit more about your start. How did you get your start? Like when you started doing massage therapy, Like, did you get success right away, or how did you get started with that?
So basically, right out of school, I was in my early 20s, and I had a chair that I had taken to the local mall. And back then, there was no massage in the mall. This was a few years back. Let's not say too many, and went to the local mall and asked a business that sold like body lotions and smelly salts and things, whether I can set up my chair right outside their storefront so that I can go in, be able to offer these like 3 to 5 minute free back rubs, neck rubs to people, and in hopes to pass out my card.
Right.
So basically, and that's what they did. They allowed me to do that. And within just a couple of days, you would see flocks of people like free, they come right over to me, and so I would be passing out cards.
You were hoping to generate business for your own private practice for this.
Yes, because my ultimate goal was I wanted to do out calls when I first started. I wanted to go to people's homes. I didn't want to have to share the money. I didn't want to split the money. And so that's what I did. Within like 2 weeks of doing this, I definitely had like enough clientele where, I was pretty happy. I no longer had to do the chair. Then I had this table I got, and I did not have a lot of money. Back then, tables were very, very expensive, and they had just come out with like the ultra light table that was like $600 or $700,
which was a lot of money.
Yes,
and for someone just starting out.
Yes, and no, I did not have that.
You had the heavy 35, 40 pound
one. Exactly. With the bag, and then
and you had no help. You were doing this. You were lugging this to people's houses, up and down flights of stairs.
Correct.
Alone.
Correct. These were very prominent people that had huge houses on islands that I would be going to, up flights of stairs, where I would be literally wearing this table.
And so was that profitable to you? Because like how, was it travel? Did you charge for travel time as well? Or did you only charge for when you were there? I mean, what was the profit like on this?
Well, again, I was just starting out, and this is back in the day. So I charged $60 to go to your home. I would charge $75 for a deep tissue, and I would charge $120 if they wanted an hour and a half. And that would basically include everything. I brought everything. So it sounded like a lot of money.
When you actually figured in your costs and your time,
travel time
and the materials and all of that stuff, and plus the wear and tear on your hands and your back, and things like that. Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was about 2 years of doing this, where I developed a carpal tunnel. I developed tendonitis all the way in my arm.
Oh my gosh.
I have like permanent neck issues.
In your 20s too. That's
yes,
rough.
This is all I did, and so it was very difficult,
physically demanding,
very physically demanding. Yes.
So after a couple of years of this, I guess then you started kind of realizing that something maybe had to give. Some of that. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the realizations that you had about how you really felt like this was maybe not something you could grow, or that you could really sustain for a long period of time?
Right. Even though I was very good, felt that the wear and tear on my body and the travel and all of that was just not really worth it anymore. So I had to quit for after 2 years. I did some out calls, but just not very many. So I ended up working for 6 different chiropractors, let's say throughout the next 10 years after that. Yeah. I worked for a few different day spas. I worked on infants before.
So you did pretty much anything you had to. You had, you had this lifestyle. What was the lifestyle like for is that the lifestyle that you wanted for your family and for your kids?
No, the lifestyle was not very good. I mean, I didn't make a lot of money. As you can imagine, it sounds like good money, but if you make, let's say, $300 in a day, hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? And that's if you can even get that many clients, because they would have me come to their house just for $60 and leave me like a $10 or a $15 tip.
Right.
Which, after the gas Yes. And then you got to think about childcare too. You know,
Yeah.
I had to pay someone to, watch my, yes. And
So there
so,
was like a limit. There was a really pretty low
yeah.
ceiling to what you could make and how much time you could spend, because I mean, physically, most people can't handle doing something this physically intensive and tiring and wearing tear for like 9-10 hours a day. It's not like working in front of a computer where you can,
No, yes, exactly. After about 2 years, that's when I started with the chiropractors. And so in a way, it did help me because I didn't have to lug around my heavy table, which started helping like my neck feel a little bit better. But the issue in line was that I was still spinning my wheels.
Right.
I literally felt like a hamster spinning in one of those little cages and just going nowhere.
Right.
I was still doing the exact same amount of work, if not more,
Than you had
because
been
I
10
was
years ago,
doing
right.
like 6 or 7 massages the chiropractor would have you do.
Right.
After I stopped working with the chiropractors, I ended up moving and decided to branch out and to develop my business and to go back to the out calls, because that was really the only thing that I felt that I could successfully do with where I was located. I started going and advertising for just Swedish style massage or deep tissue, just like I did before. I would get a few calls a week, and I had a few clients, but again, it's still the exact same situation that I was in.
And you were in one of many.
Just
tons
yes,
of people
tons,
Swedish massage.
Some were legal, some were
just doing it under the table.
Exactly, under the table. So my competition now we have very different styles. And so my competition was just so much more.
Yeah. And I mean, there's massage therapy is definitely an industry where it's got a pretty low barrier to entry, what they call like it's pretty easy for people to get into it. Obviously not easy for them to get an experience, but the competition grows every day.
Yeah, actually, it was not hard to get your license back in the day, but it is now.
It made it harder.
Yeah. They made it a lot harder. Yes.
And so when you discovered Tantra, what kinds of differences did you see, and how long did those differences take to materialize in your business and in your lifestyle?
Okay, so basically, after first hearing about it, I had to give it some thought. I thought a lot about it.
Did you do a lot of research?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I started doing a lot of research on what the true meaning of Tantra was all about. And then I ended up watching a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to.
Yeah, it has a lot of history too. It has a really nice, rich history, historical, from all over, from an international.
Yes, it actually stems from India.
Yeah. You studied for how, like, is it something that you spent a lot of time studying, or I mean, like, how did you get into it? How did you really get to the point where you felt like you could offer this as a professional service?
Right. Well, after I watched it actually being done on a lot of like higher end, authentic Indian style,
Tantra,
and I found a style that I like. A lot of Tantra has to do with the meditation, and I am not a meditator, so I'm not going to be fake and do something that I didn't feel comfortable with.
Right.
So I found my own style, and I basically had all this experience already in putting my hands on people and knowing what to do. Right. And so what I did was literally from one day to the next, when I decided that I wanted to do it, I did a little practicing privately. It just came to me. I loved it. The very next day, when I realized I wanted to do this and open it up to my clients that I already have and to the public, is I put the word Tantra
in your ads.
Correct. And my advertisements. I went from just a few calls a week to, maybe, just an hour and a half here and there I would pick up a week, to literally estimating at least 10 clients a day.
Your phone was ringing off the hook overnight.
Texas. Overnight. Literally, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. This is just you, a brand new, a brand new practitioner, and there was still a lot to learn, I think, right?
There was so much to learn of an industry that I had no clue about, but I knew that I belonged. I personally had so many people telling me that I have just a very sensual personality, and I have a lot of sex appeal, and
So
so
you knew
this
you could
is
put that
just
to work right away.
exactly.
But so let's talk a little bit about, let's keep it real here, some of the mistakes you made at first, though. So you learned all this on your own, So tell us a little bit about that. You're laughing. I know you don't like the backstory here.
Okay, so the backstory was this: is one of my first clients that I ever worked on in Tantra was a gentleman. He was 85 years old. I'm not joking with you. He loved me. He came to see me every Friday for 2 hours. And I, again, was still a newbie. I still didn't really know what I was doing. So, he told me, he said, Melissa, he said, I love you. He said, you remind me of the girl next door, somebody that I always wanted to date and I never got a chance. So it was really sweet. And, he's always going to have a very special place in my heart. So that was the image that I came out with.
The girl next door.
Is the girl next door. It was kind of like, I was trying to take this self-image of being, I want to be sexy, but I wanted to have that innocent quality, sort of like that Britney Spears before she, started to shave her head. And,
the wholesome thing.
Exactly.
But why would you consider these mistakes? Like, what were some of the issues that you encountered right away?
Well, looking back on it, hello.
The bathroom selfies.
Yes, exactly. Look at my background. The bottom one. I think I was even like sitting on just a blanket that I had. I was like, I just decided, okay, I'm just going to pose, and do I look okay?
Yeah.
And no, I don't. So I'm just going to blur out the picture in some type of like cheap editing software from my phone.
These low quality pictures, you didn't think that they were really selling you, selling who you were.
I did not know. I didn't understand on what self-image was. Like, I was still trying to find my place. Right. I knew I wanted to be the girl next door, but I didn't know on where it was going to lead. I was still new. I was still practicing.
You didn't have a screening process at that point or you didn't have the right screening process for your clients, right?
You felt like it was kind of like anyone that called.
What kinds of, like how did you get to a point where you're like, this is not necessarily the type of clientele that I want to work with, or what led you to decide the type of person that you wanted to work with, like where you felt like you needed to take control of who you were working with?
It didn't take long from, having some issues with the age. It seemed to me, in my opinion, is that the younger the clients, the more issues that I had. Just
didn't know what your legal rights were.
No, not at all. Like, I just was like, let me just start this. I did not have any clue at all.
And so, you realized you were onto something here. The demand was very high. Some of the benefits were like, tell some of the benefits that you were doing, but some of the downsides too, like where you knew that you had you needed to take it to the next level.
Yes, definitely. I knew I needed to take it to the next level in terms of providing my clients with an in-call, because that was the one thing that I was lacking. I already had my practice.
In the location.
No, I was still going to out calls. I was practicing on my table.
Yeah.
So, I really didn't have good in-call. Sometimes I would work at some nicer hotels, and then but I mostly would be doing it on my table.
So even though you were doing well, you knew that it could be more. You knew that this could be upgraded even further.
Yes. The amount of calls that I had gotten and I had received was zeroing in, not on Swedish massage, not on deep tissue, but specifically they wanted Tantra. But not just Tantra, they wanted to have a place that they can feel safe, that they can come to. And I needed to provide that. So
as your self-confidence grew, I feel like I think that they could really benefit from hearing a little bit about how you learned to do it. So you learned that the self-confidence question was really important to you, and how you went from just being the mindset of just being one in a million to being what you call a goddess, a tantra goddess.
Correct. I mean, I am very professional. I deserve respect, and I will get it. I will. And if I don't, then I don't need to see you.
And that's what we're going to be trying. We're going to be teaching you guys in a minute. We're going to get into the proven formula that Melissa has used so that no one takes advantage of you, that you're going to be in control, you're going to be making the rules, you're going to be known as a knowledgeable, respected professional, and you'll be desired and valued as a queen.
Exactly.
Melissa's formula for success it relies very heavily on your image, on the image that you portray, your business image. So talk a little bit about what that means for someone who's just starting out here, or who maybe has been at this doing their industry for a while, but maybe wants to make a change or improvement.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, you want to always continuously try and strive to be the best. And who is the best? The best is someone that has a plan, that has a formula, that understands that
consciously taking control.
Yes. And once you put yourself out as hypothetically Miss Susie down the road that offers $50 blowjobs. Hypothetically, if that's your talent, okay, I'm not putting anybody down.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to be seen.
There's a ceiling,
way.
And there's a ceiling to how far you can take that. Like how much you can grow, how much money you're making.
Well, you're not going to be growing very much. I mean, you'll get a lot of fame, but it's going to be like on 6 o'clock news of another provider going down, getting arrested for something that you don't need to be arrested for. Whatever your qualities are, we need to improve them. We need to make them better.
So that you're in control and that you dictate how you run your lifestyle and your business.
Demand respect. Exactly. But, respect is not displaying certain parts of your anatomy.
Yeah.
So
the image,
the World Wide Web.
Right. The image you project is so important for that. So that's why that's why we wanted to get into the step-by-step formula that you used. And the first step that you used, safety is first. I want you to talk about how you learned how to put that at the forefront and why that is the most important thing that any provider can utilize to improve their business.
Exactly. I knew right away that I needed to establish myself and my clients in a safe environment. I needed to know my laws. I needed to know the rights, my personal rights, because we belong. I definitely want to, talk more about the whole life coaching, and how much that has linked me into this industry. You got to be safe. You have got to be. If not, then I like to call it you're going to be R and you're going to be A. You're going to be raped and you're going to be arrested.
And we need to do everything in your power to keep yourself, to prioritize your safety, because, that's paramount. The money that you're making, the clientele, all of that is leading into safety first. And
exactly.
Legal and above board. And we're going to really get into that in a minute. But some of the things that Melissa has done is just to have as many establishment and business licenses as possible, becomes any kind of legal certification, anything that could put you above board and not skirting the laws, paying taxes.
Oh yes, any kind of certifications. I definitely have done my certifications, my schooling online, especially for the life coaching thing, which I very big advocate for.
Yeah.
And I am very big into linking up with other people in this industry that think the same way.
Yeah,
exactly. For support, unfortunately for me, I basically knew that this was not going to happen to me. I'm not going to be arrested, and I'm not going to be raped.
Yeah, you have to be safe first.
Exactly.
First. Mm-hmm. And another thing that you really stress is knowing who your clients are, being comfortable, what you call comfortability, and it's really getting to know your clients and being comfortable about who you're serving, being very clear on the types of people that you want to work with, and being in control of who you're intimate with. So tell us a bit about how you learned that. how you developed your system.
Exactly. After having, when I first started, no screening process, basically, I realized that I not only do I need to have one, but I deserve to have one.
Right. Yeah.
And so I wanted a certain type of clientele. I knew that they ranged typically from 50 on above. I didn't want to hear the words, I don't get paid till next week.
Yeah.
I don't have any money. Are you running any specials? I wanted
discounts.
Yes. No. The only thing that's special here, honey, is me. Know your clients. I take 30 minutes before a session. I call it the baby stage, where I literally baby my new clients because they're nervous. You're nervous. I come with over 3 years of reviews.
Right.
Who are these people?
So you've become
what are their intentions?
You've become more and more selective about your clients and screening them and being very careful, having a very specific set of like qualities that they have.
Qualities, yes. Fitting a mold. Fitting a mold is very, very important to me.
And it's not going to be the same mold for everyone because everybody's comfort zone is different, right? I mean, some people will be different, have different comfort levels and like different criteria, like different types of people that they work with. It's going to be the same for everyone, or do you think that that's something that you develop over time and it can be more individualized?
It's just depending on, I mean, how much issues do you want to run into? Yeah. We are here as providers. This is our career. This is our job. We're here to provide a service and to get paid.
Yeah.
We're not doing this for charity work here.
Right, right.
So, and I personally wanted to get away from any issues at all in terms of clients that were not able to provide the financial resources to not only just be able to see me on his birthday. I'm talking about on a regular basis.
Yeah,
you know,
there are red flags that you should listen to, and you should really, as you gain experience. But that's something that you actually know quite a lot about.
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to hear a little bit more about if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. Like, where does that motto? I know that's something you live by very strictly. Where did that come from, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah. So basically, this is a really good example of that. Is that I was on an out call, and I was in my learning tantra stage. So I had my table and I was going to an out call, and it was in the evening time, per se, about 8:00. And I went, and it was,
like a rough neighborhood.
It was a trailer park community.
Yeah.
And so, and I am by no means like putting down people that live in trailers, at all. But when I approached, and it looked like Sanford and Son on the outside, it just didn't fit. It
didn't make sense to you that someone was wanting to buy a very, very high-end service that didn't look like they had the means to
exactly. And it just wasn't, it was an eerie feeling that I had gotten.
Yeah.
So yes, he might have been a very nice person.
You said he was like a big biker kind of person.
Yeah. I think I had mentioned that to you before. Yes.
Which is cool too. I mean, there's nothing against them either.
No,
you never know.
But when I'm going up, and I was going, and I stopped the door and I looked inside, it was very dark.
So something said, this does not make sense.
Exactly. And I'm looking around, and hon, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not cheap.
Right.
So these are luxury services, so,
a person who can normally afford luxury services has a lifestyle that supports that.
Exactly. And so if the shoe doesn't fit, if, it doesn't add up, it's not true. Keep going. Next.
You will never regret listening to your instincts.
Exactly. It's like, it's like that, that bad boyfriend that you just gotta next.
Yeah.
When it doesn't work, it doesn't add up.
Yeah. You never regret listening to your instincts. No potential to make money is worth putting your safety at risk.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So this almost circles back to point one. The safety is first. And knowing your clients is actually part of that. It's part of putting safety first and having that be paramount. If you know, if you get to know your clients, you Google them. If you have to, you talk to them extensively on the phone. You have to know who you're putting your hands on. That's all going to add to your level of safety.
Well, it's also about how someone approaches you. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out, hey, gal, you got any specials today?
Right. So that actually leads us to point 3 pretty well here. You got to knowing your clients and knowing.
Yes, you have to like have a level of professionalism here.
Yeah.
And that
it goes both ways.
Exactly. That is, somebody that I would never even entertain. But someone that hypothetically texts me and says, hello, my name is so-and-so. I'm 53 years old. I'm here on business. I've seen tantra providers before. I've seen your advertisement. I am interested in making an appointment. That sounds like a very nice introduction. So he's already got a green go. So then
he's already established that he's one that wants to deal with you respectfully.
Exactly. So then initially, I make the phone call. I must speak with them on the phone, and I just hear their voice. Age is a very big thing.
Yeah. And you really have to know who these clients are and like what you're providing for them and why it's important. And that being discreet is a big part of what you do.
Yes. So for me, everyone has their customs and what they're going to be doing and how they're going to handle their clientele bases. Me personally, after I've seen you for the very first time, I put you in my phone as quote, quote, nice client for privacy reasons.
Because you're very careful, very, very careful about how to keep client records, right? You don't keep like files.
No, because it's not that type of business, know? And so everybody does how their record keeping, how they would like to. But for me,
you just want to be careful. You don't want to have so much identifying information. I mean, you want to be respectful of the client's need for discretion.
And exactly. Most of your clients are going to be married. Most of them. Okay. Or being
even if they're not, you want to work off.
I always treat every client as though they were married. Always.
So they need privacy. They want you to know that you can somehow express that to them, that their privacy to you is very important.
Exactly. Yeah. I very, very hardly ever I reach out to my clients.
They reach out to you.
Yes. So I will never text a client and to be like, hey, I'm in town. Do you want to see me today? No, that would never be me.
Yeah.
And so you just got to be really, really careful.
Because you don't know who has their phone in that moment, right? You don't know if he is married or he has a business associate or anything that's looking at their phone and being like, who's this texting me?
Exactly. There's so many different things as well too, as how a client approaches you as well, is very big. Questions are very bad.
And you're not, and you don't have business cards. You say you don't. Why isn't that you don't advocate having business cards? It's for the same reason. It's for
well, because they might fall into the wrong hands. Mm-hmm. So, and you just don't know who the wrong hands are.
Right.
It could be somebody that they know. It could be somebody that's trying to be a copycat and trying to mimic something that you do.
True. So your formula for success, they all tie into each other. You have keeping safety paramount, getting to know your clients and developing a really good screening process.
And let them know you.
And let them know you. Let them know what you do and be real about what you provide. Don't promise things that you are not going to provide. And and discretion. All 3 of those things, they work together, I think, to have like that build that success.
Yes, you do. And there's, like I said, in my new client orientation, I have a strict thing that a formula that I do. And then I explain all this to my clients. I give them a tour around my office. You remember how big it is.
It is. Nice.
It is very, very big. And so, and there's a lot of facets, and so You just need to know who you're putting your hands on, know who's coming through your door. It's impossible to screen everyone, but just be true. Just be honest.
Do your due diligence.
Exactly. Don't do anything stupid.
So really developing who your ideal client is going to help you weed out what I like to call bottom feeders. Those are the people that are trying to get that cheap discount. They're not there to respect you as a luxury service provider and are not really willing to be the ideal client. You got to develop this picture of who you ideally want to work with and who's your best paying client. So talk a little bit about why age is important to you and how how they present themselves, their etiquette. Like, talk more about that.
Right. And so it's not every day that a 20-year-old in their 20s are going to be able to financially support being able to have luxuries that that would be in favor for you. So these are the people that are going to be calling you baby. They're going to be giving you these little nicknames. I personally feel that is very rude.
It's overly familiar. It's too familiar, right? Like they don't know you. They're not your BFF,
Exactly. So, if they refuse to call me Melissa, then I make them call me mistress.
So let me just get this straight. You do this with every single client. You screen every single one.
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely. I mean, I'm very, very, very cautious. And, and like I said, is that I've kind of made a lot of mistakes.
Sure.
I had that open door policy.
And that's why we're doing this, is so that people can learn from your mistakes
Oh
and
my goodness.
not repeat them and do better for themselves.
Yes. I mean, I literally have 19 years of information that I'm just like dying to get out.
Yeah. No, I love the point that you make. This is a luxury service, and you keep pretty strict business hours, so you don't answer those 3 a.m. calls.
No, and I mean, to me, that's rude.
Yeah, it is.
It won't be considered.
It definitely tells you how they think of you if they think that you're up at 3 a.m. Ready to answer their texts. Was that the case?
And then sometimes they'll even call repeatedly, trying to either wake me up or something and asking me if I can come in the office at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And that's just immediate no. Immediate, like, that person's done.
Yeah, they're blocked.
Yeah.
Next.
Next. As you said, if it doesn't make sense, next.
Yes, exactly.
So you think that this is something that you feel that is accessible to everyone, that is in what you call the adult industries, right?
Exactly. A lot of these things, most of the tips, the advice, going from how to keep a room, how to keep clients, what kind of clients look for, where to post, how to post your advertisement, how to get your name out. All of these things, I've kind of made my mistakes along the way, but I didn't make too many bad mistakes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't hard for me to bounce back from my little,
sure,
selfies that I took and things like that. I didn't do anything that would have destroyed my reputation.
And the goal is that anyone can improve. From wherever you're starting from, anybody can improve their business and improve their image and target a higher level of clients.
Of course. Yes, definitely. These are going to be like
the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
We want to talk about, we have a website. It's the temptressacademy.com. And we blog about and put out a lot of information about how to run your business as professionally, as high end as possible. It's something we teach people how to make work part-time hours while making full-time money, make some serious money. You can take it to your next level. You're in control. You're going to be in control of how much money you make, who you become intimate with. And you're going to learn how to be irresistible and be treated like the goddess that you are. Right? And there's a bunch of stuff here. If you have any questions for Melissa, you can contact her at thetemptressacademy@gmail.com. We would love for you, down below, there's going to be a link to our free Facebook group. It is a closed group, so we have to approve you. We do our own screening process for the people who join. We have a weekly Q&A support. You can talk to other people, other like-minded people. And what we would really love is for you to take the Temptress Academy course. It is a 5-module course that's going to take your business and your lifestyle to the next level. We've developed a pretty comprehensive course for pretty much all levels of service providers. And Melissa can tell you a little bit more about the why we put this course together and who it's for.
Okay, so I put this course together. The main reason is to help people. I want to help keep y'all safe. I want to make sure that your self-image is protected and valued, and how you view yourself, how your clients, how your family, how your friends, how your kids are going to view you in years to come. I would love to help all these people become rich. Let's just say it out loud. I want them to earn a lot of money, not just a little bit, but a lot of money legally and safely. But how are you going to do that?
That's your motto: safe, legal, and profitable, right? That's why we put together the Temptress Academy. You're going to get the immediate results from applying the principles that Melissa puts forth.
The next day.
Absolutely. The instant that you start applying the principles that we go through here, we're going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to achieve proven results, because Melissa's an example, a living example of how you can go from living below the poverty line to being a very, very accomplished and successful person that works part-time hours and makes full-time money. And the course itself is a 5-week, 5-module course. It's going to break down all the insider tips and secrets that Melissa has learned along the way. She's going to provide that to you at every step of the way.
So basically, in these courses, these classes are going to be filled with details from examples to real life experiences that I have personally gone through.
And if you're getting started in the industry, it's going to help you get started on the right foot. It's going to help you make sure that you're got everything covered that you need to, and make sure you're completely legal from day one. If you've been at this for a while, it'll help you start off on a new foot, start off on a new, start in a new direction, a better direction.
Yes, exactly. We definitely want to correct, your mistakes and improve your self-image and how you view yourself as a person as well. Because ultimately, at the very end of the day, when you lay your head down on your pillow, it's going to be you that's going to have to feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
And no one else is going to have your back except for you. So you really, I'm here to help with all of these mistakes, to better you, to make the best you that could possibly be, and your talents and whatever they may be, whether it is an escort, be the best escort that you could possibly be. If you are a stripper, be the absolute best, be different, be unique, and I will teach you that.
And the course itself also provides tons of freebies and support. I think this is an industry where it's very easy to feel isolated and not feel like you have that support. And that's something that we definitely provide you. We have an exclusive private community that supports each other, is there to help each other. Any questions that you may have, anywhere that you may get stuck, Melissa's going to offer office hours every week. If you have any questions about anything that you've read about or anything that you have, she's going to be there for you, as well as your fellow professionals.
Exactly. So also what I'm going to be doing as well is throughout my blogs and
the content that
exactly
we put out,
that I'm going to be doing some case studies. I think this will be really neat. I mean, you can tell me whether you think this is going to be a good idea or not.
It's something that people can see the real world example.
Exactly. A real world of newspaper articles of people in this industry that are being raped, that have had some bad issues, that maybe have been beat up, maybe have been treated badly, exploited, maybe have been lied to, have been arrested. And so that's where I come in and I help you to avoid all those issues.
That does not have to be
all
you.
of that.
That does not have
exactly, to be exactly. So for me personally, I wish that I knew. I wish this was out when I was getting started.
There's definitely nothing out there like that I have been able to see.
Exactly. So
we do a lot to help people improve their business and their lifestyle. One of the things that we have that is a directory of providers. You're going to get free publicity when you take the course. You're going to be listed on our we're going to be able to help you with your ads on the websites that you normally advertise, as well as we're going to give you some insider tips on the best places to advertise and the best ways to advertise. But on our website, you're going to be part of an exclusive club of people that are trained professionals that clients will be able to see your listing on our directory and know that you know your shit.
So, Miss Ruby, just real quick, what exactly will be entailed that potential clients could come on the site, and what will they exactly be able to see? Like,
that's a good question. It's gonna have photos. You're gonna have photos, featured listings. It's gonna be there to be able to locate you by location, as well as other criteria. We're always improving it. We're also getting feedback from our users. We're also like what we really want to tailor it to what you need and what's going to best serve your needs and help you find those ideal clients. And this is all just standard practice for being a student at the Temptress Academy. One of the things that we continually want to challenge you to up your game and to just improve yourself, continue to improve your business and your image. So we're going to be issuing challenges throughout about how to improve your listings, your advertising, your business practices, just small steps that you can take to see immediate proven results. It's a foolproof plan and you're going to see the results right away.
If you're not convinced on taking a class, if you're not ready for that yet, then let us do a profile makeover.
Yeah, that's a $99 value. It's a service we'll be offering to the public. For $99, what we do is that we look at your text and your normal, how you advertise, the pictures that you're using. We will professionally edit up to 3 of them. Your best pictures. We'll give you feedback on the words that you're using, your headline, even the tags that you're using when you put your listings up. And that's a service that we will be offering to the general public for $99. And that's actually an exclusive bonus included if you sign up within the next 24 hours. If you enroll in the Temptress Academy, that's going to be included in your tuition. There's going to be a lot of bonuses. If you sign up within the next 24 hours to the course, there's going to be tons of value there. You have the free individualized profile makeover, weekly office hours with Melissa. That means you're going to be able to have a live Q&A, ask her your questions about what you've studied or anything about your business. You're going to have lifetime access to the Temptress Club. You're going to have lifetime featured listing on the worldwide directory. One of the bonuses that we're offering if you sign up and enroll in the next 24 hours is an exclusive client tip sheet for ultimate success, where Melissa gives you her top 10 tips for developing your ideal client and really getting to know your ideal client. That's an exclusive bonus if you sign up immediately. And there's also a $100 discount off of your tuition if you sign up in the next 24 hours. Full tuition is $497 for the 5-week course. Payable in installments, but if you sign up in the next 24 hours, you get a $100 discount off of that.
So what I really love about this the most is the profile makeover.
I think it's going to be crucial.
Yes.
Crucial for turning your business around.
Pictures are the first thing that people see. It makes up who you are. Basically, what you want to do in your profile is you want to use as little as words as you possibly can.
And so you're going to be individual. That's not a generic thing. You're going to be actually looking at real students' individual profiles and giving them step-by-step feedback, totally tailored to their needs and their goals and who they are.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, and I'm going to keep it real because I always do. You know that.
That's true.
So if you send me a picture and I don't like it, I might kick it back to you and tell you like, okay, we're going to need a different picture.
So you're going to you actually help these service providers pick which pictures are best. So if they gave you like 5 pictures and asked you to pick the 2 best ones, you would give honest feedback about that.
Oh yes, definitely. And in terms of like editing, I love that. You have some amazing professional editing software.
Yeah.
I know that you helped me a lot, and so definitely sign up, take a class. There's no amount of money personally that you can spend to have peace of mind.
And you have to invest in yourself. You have to put that forward in your own business. You have to say, I'm worth this. I want to take my business and my lifestyle to the next level. I want to spend more time with my kids. I don't want to be working my tail off 24/7. I want to have a life outside of work. I want to be able to afford the things that I need and my family. And I want to be in control of who I deal with and how people view me. And all of those things, that's something that you have developed an expertise on, and that you want to impart that on the rest of, because tons of people can benefit from this. Like you said, strippers, escorts, any type of service.
Anyone in the adult industry. And, and we're not, this is not just for male and female. I'm going to stress that again.
Yeah, it's for transgender providers.
Exactly.
We don't discriminate.
No.
Come on and
we love you.
We accept everyone. We think that everything is, that everybody is entitled to be empowered this way and to give themselves the self-respect and the self-worth that they deserve. And we stress that throughout the course. We teach you a proven, actionable, step-by-step formula that you can apply from day one, and you can start seeing results from day one. If you enroll today, you will start making that money tomorrow. You will make that back in a couple of clients.
Exactly. And, you're going to be part of something that's way bigger. So, for instance, let's suppose, give you an example. So you have a question. You're not sure. You are wondering about your legal rights. Maybe you ran into an issue or a problem. What do? Not everybody can afford an attorney. Can you?
No.
But guess what? We know who to talk to.
Yeah,
we do. We definitely do.
And now you're not alone anymore. Now you have
you're not alone.
Of professionals that are there for you and that all understand what you do and what you're trying to accomplish. Now you don't have to be alone anymore. You have this support system.
Exactly.
So we would love to have you. Please go check out our website, thetemptressacademy.com/enroll. It's going to have all of the information there that you can sign up right away. Like I said, we have 2 installment payment plans. We take a wide variety of payment options. If you have any questions about the course or about anything that you said here in the webinar, please feel free to email Melissa at thetemptressacademy@gmail.com. If you need, if you'd like to join our free Facebook group, get that weekly Q&A support and talk to other people that do what you do, by all means, click on the button to join that and to apply to be a part of the group. Like I said, we don't take everyone. We do screen profiles to make sure that you're legit. But we welcome all people from all walks of life, and we would love to have you in the course. So we'd love to help you take your lifestyle to the next level.
Let's not forget also, Ms. Ruby, that when you do complete the course, I am looking for 3 individuals to come and work exclusively for the Temptress Club.
All the TemptressAcademy.com graduates, because they have been, they've been educated about Melissa's very, very high standards as a service provider. For any interested parties, she is going to be offering a very, very selective mentorship in her office here in Florida. We'll have a lot more information about that in the course, but if that's something that you'd be willing to be interested in, to network with other professionals.
We're talking about an actual position,
an established business.
Exactly. My business.
A fully legalized, completely licensed and certified. You will
not have to advertise again. You will not have to have any clients. Everything will be provided for you.
Yeah. That's what we're looking to do. We're looking here. This is the first step in a new career direction for you, a new lifestyle direction for you. We would love to have you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. But again, some of these bonuses, the free individualized profile makeover, the client tip sheet, the $100 discount, that's only available for the next 24 hours. After that, those bonuses will not be available. You will have the tuition will be full price. You don't get the exclusive client tip sheet, and you don't get the individualized profile makeover. So we would love to have you. Please feel free to reach out. Any parting words, Melissa?
I am welcoming everyone. I really would like to help each and every person out there, every provider in this industry on how to never chase clients ever again.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.